Despite the short Christmas break and the trade freeze that lasts until December 27th, the behind-the-scenes activity in the NHL continues. Rumors are still circulating, and at the center of the speculation is the name of Nick Robertson from the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Colorado Avalanche, looking to bolster their offensive depth, are said to be interested in the young forward, and the details of this potential trade have sparked considerable discussion among hockey fans. The Avalanche's search for a third-line center had already been expected, and the news that they are eyeing Nick Robertson only confirms the team's focus on strengthening their bottom six. Avalanche insider R.F. Dean recently reported that the AVS view Robertson as a great addition to play alongside Jonathan Drouin, bringing the speed and offensive creativity the team needs. Robertson, who has been mentioned in trade rumors since last offseason, has seen his situation with the Toronto Maple Leafs filled with speculation. At the time, it was reported that he had requested a trade, which caused a lot of buzz. However, he managed to secure a spot on Toronto's third line, playing alongside Max Domi and Bobby McMann. His performance has shown flashes of potential that has always been expected of him, with a focus on his ability to create scoring chances and his speed, qualities that have caught the Avalanche's attention. The Avalanche's interest in Robertson makes perfect sense when we look at the team's needs. Colorado has been seeking a third-line center to add to their offensive depth, which is crucial for playoff success. Robertson is known for his playmaking ability and speed, and his transition to the center role could be an immediate solution for the Avalanche. He would bring a new energy to the team's bottom six, as well as help create offensive opportunities, an area Colorado has been looking to improve. However, this would not be a simple trade. The Toronto Maple Leafs have big ambitions for this season, with the Stanley Cup in mind, and it's hard to imagine the team parting with a young, talented player like Robertson unless the offer is irresistible. Therefore, any trade proposal involving the young forward would require a significant return. If the trade were to happen, what could be at stake? The Avalanche has a good number of prospects and draft picks, which could facilitate the negotiation. A potential trade could involve a combination of draft picks, perhaps even a first-round pick and one or two prospects. We know that the Avalanche has a group of promising young players, which could be appealing to the Maple Leafs, who are always looking for reinforcements to maintain their long-term competitiveness. However, negotiations are always complex, and it's difficult to predict how teams might adjust to the details of the deal. The Colorado Avalanche clearly sees Robertson as an important piece for their team, but the Maple Leafs will have to decide if they are willing to part with a player with so much potential, especially in the middle of a season with so many expectations. Now, we want to know from you, the hockey fan. Do you think the Toronto Maple Leafs should trade Nick Robertson to the Colorado Avalanche? Is it time to part with a young talent in exchange for immediate reinforcements? Or would it be a risky move, considering Robertson's potential in the future of the Leafs? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let us know what you think about this potential trade. And that's not all. With the trade deadline approaching, the Toronto Maple Leafs have become one of the most talked about teams when it comes to potential moves. With hopes for a strong playoff run this year, it's no surprise that many fans and analysts are speculating about how the Leafs might adjust their roster. A proposal that recently caught the hockey world's attention involves a tough defenseman, Radko Gudas of the Anaheim Ducks. The idea of bringing Gudas to Toronto is intriguing. With the Leafs looking to add more physicality to their defense, Gudas, known for his aggressive and hard-hitting style, could be a solid addition. The proposal, created using Puckpedia's PuckGM tool, suggests a deal where the Maple Leafs would acquire Gudas, who is in the second year of a 3-year contract worth $12 million. To make the deal more feasible, Anaheim would retain $2 million of Gudas' $4 million annual salary. But what would be the cost of this trade? In return, the Ducks would receive promising prospect Ty Voigt, a third-round pick in 2026 and a third-round pick in 2027. For Anaheim, This trade makes sense as the team continues its rebuilding process, using the draft picks and Voigt to secure the future. As for Gudas, while not the most famous name, his leadership and physical presence are exactly what the Leafs need to strengthen their defense for the second half of the season. Looking at Gudas' numbers this season, it's clear that his contributions come in many forms. In 31 games for Anaheim, he has scored 0 goals and 5 assists, totaling 5 points. But it's his relentless style of play, his ability to protect his teammates, and his leadership that stand out. As captain of the Ducks, Gudas has earned the respect of his teammates, even from his longtime friend and teammate Alex Killorn, who recently spoke about Gudas' impact. He's not the loudest guy, but his leadership comes from the way he plays. Every night, he's going to give his all, Killorn said, highlighting the type of mentality Leafs fans would love to see in their defense. On the Leafs side, the team has already made changes to their defensive pairings. Recently, Oliver Ekman-Larsson was moved back to the left side, and Jake McCabe was reunited with Simon Benoit in what coach Craig Berube described as a heavy pair. These changes show that Toronto is actively looking to find the right defensive combination for the second half of the season. Meanwhile, Morgan really has found good chemistry with Connor Timmins, highlighting Timmins' offensive instincts and playmaking ability. This versatility in defensive pairings is something the Leafs will look to enhance as they prepare for the intense playoff push. Now, we want to hear from you Leafs fans. What do you think about the possibility of adding Radko Gudas to Toronto's defense? Would his physicality and leadership make a big difference for the Leafs this season? Or do you think the team should look for another option to reinforce the defense? Share your opinions in the comments below. As the Leafs prepare for their next game against the New York Islanders, the big question is, could Gudas be the addition that takes Toronto to the next level? One thing is certain, the trade deadline promises to be an exciting time for the Maple Leafs. Let's keep the conversation going. We want to know your thoughts.